I just thought I'd do a little video update. Now, an energy expert recently talked, um, uh, I think it was GB News, that if we have an extreme cold snap this winter, or any winter, it's not a question, it's not a matter of when. I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Basically, if with the uptick in people using electric vehicles and and also the increase in population and our degraded energy system, power stations and everything else, and certain old power stations are about to fail because they're so old. We could end up with more blackouts, much more serious blackouts actually, because back in the 1970s, I remember during the coal strikes, 1976 was it, 1974, we had power cuts back then. So they actually built more power stations to cope with the demand because of the coal strikes. Well, they built more nuclear power stations so that we would be less dependent on coal. The problem is they're actually decommissioning some of the nuclear power stations, which is absolutely insane. But I built a few months back, or actually it's a few years back, I built this rack, this ramp. I don't know if I can. Where's my camera pointing? I built this ramp for my generator with so that if we have power cuts, it's on my videos, I'll just stick some bags in there to hold it from falling out. But I've got my generator, obviously, which I can take outside, and every now and then I'll do a quick check on it and make sure it's all in good nick. I mean, I restored it. It was in good nick. It was virtually brand new, and I got it, but it the pull cord had originally broke. So the guy that had bought it new only used it about 3 times before the cord broke, and he couldn't start it because the cord was knackered inside. Well, anyway, I restored it, I repainted it, because the only thing that would happen to it is that all the bars are gone rusty and everything, because it'd be left in a damp garage. So if there's power cuts, I've got my generator, you see, so I can put it outside. Anyway, part of the reason I was doing all my research in free energy was because I was trying to find another solution to energy, to help other people. So I'm wondering about, and I worked on my Meg, and my Meg is up there on the shelf. My Meg is still up there, my emotionless electromagnetic generator. That's what the Meg stands for, MEG. And I've built a whole bunch of other stuff which I dismantled. It's in bits all over the place. But I can't toggle my camera changes on this phone. So I wanted to just do a little update, because you know what? If you can afford it. Oh, there's my teddy. My daughter's bought him for me ages ago. He's the star. He's the star. Right. So if you can get your hands on a small generator, just we're talking about a couple of kilowatts, or 2 or 3 kilowatts is what you probably need for to run a kettle. Yeah, you might want to look at that, because prices will shoot up. The last time there was a scare about blackouts, the last time we heard news in the media and there was stuff about us having blackouts, the prices of generators skyrocketed. You were talking about an extra 100 to 200 quid on top of the existing prices. So you don't want to leave it till demand goes up, because when demand goes up, prices go up. That's what happens. But I got that one second hand. It cost me 60 quid. I got off a builder who had basically retired because he packed up his work, and I was quite lucky, really. It's in excellent condition, that one. It works really well, and there's no bad. The carburetor's in immaculate condition. I also use some petrol treatment, which is, I used to use it in my moped years and years ago, back in the 1980s. I used to get this stuff called Red-X, and it stops the fuel from going bad. It stops the fuel, and it stops the carburetor from corroding, and it keeps the carburetor clean. This stuff is ideal for generators because you can store them a long time. Also, don't buy cheap fuel, like with all that crap that they put in it. You want to buy premium fuel, because premium has got less of that horrible, what do you call it? I forgot what we call it now. My brain's not working. Yeah, they use that petrol that stuff that they put in fuel now. It's really bad for carburetors and engines. It corrodes engines. It's really bad. So in order to fight that, you've got to use something like a petrol treatment, something that will stabilize the fuel so that it won't damage your engine, damage your carburetor, because that's also a dangerous thing. It can, if you have a corroded carburetor, the float can get jammed open or closed, and you could have a nasty accident. You could have fuel pouring out all over the place. You don't want that. And I check that every 2 or 3 months. I'll often turn the fuel on, fill the carburetor up, monitor it, never leave it unattended, and I might run it for maybe 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure everything's okay. Then I'll shut it. Then I'll let the carburetor empty out, because I'll turn the fuel off, empty it out, and also turn the bolt on the carburetor to drain it, so that there's nothing in it. There's a little bolt at the bottom. You can drain it and into a nylon cup. So every so often I'll check it over, make sure it's all in good working order, because the last thing you want is, when you got blackout, if you're in the dark, yeah, you don't want something going wrong, because you can't see what's going on properly if you're in the dark, right? You've got to make sure these things working properly. I've also got a carbon monoxide detector as well in the kitchen, and the batteries kept running down on me because I wasn't using it. It was just sat there. It wasn't in. The batteries were running down. So what I've done is I put a little cardboard strip between the battery terminals so that it doesn't actually run the batteries down when I'm not using it. When I want to use it, I just pull the little cardboard thing out so that it will engage. I might as well show you actually. So, because at the moment there's no gas, there is nothing in the kitchen that can produce carbon monoxide that's in operation. So what you do, so that's my carbon monoxide detector, and if you look, I've got a bit of cardboard there, and when I want to use that thing down there, I'll pull that cardboard out and this activates my carbon monoxide detector, and so it's easy to do that. 2 seconds to pull that thing out, and that way I'm protected from that carbon monoxide. Obviously I don't use it because it's for emergencies. But the other problem is fuel goes bad after a while, unless you've got a stabilizer in it, which is why I got the Red-X. If you got good fuel in there, I'm actually covered in smoke alarms in here. There's one over there. Where's my finger? One over there. Where's the other one? One right above my head. Oh, hang on, there's one. Oh, where? That's the light. Sorry. I can't see. Right. Right. There's one somewhere over there. Oh, there. We can't see. There, and then there's one right above my head. I've got smoke detectors everywhere in this place. There's about 5. A heat sensor in the kitchen. So safety's first. the housing association put them in because of my experiments with my electromagnetics and everything else. But so if anything ever happened here, those things would drive me nuts. There'd be they'd send an alarm back to the housing department as well. So anyway, this video is going to get too long. It'll be too big. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.